past the former, current, and ex-president. You can quote it like I wrote it, signature by Michael Wynn. Swear to God that I go hard.
And going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets against the Utah Jazz. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Lakers. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where the Hornets are, they've definitely made a statement here in the early going, outpacing some teams that were projected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with honor.
So here are the Jazz starting 5. Collins and Kessler, they're in the middle. Clarkson the 2, and Markkanen is the 3. And it's George in at the point. And for Charlotte, we've got Mark Williams, and it's Fresh in at the 2. And now that this new season is underway, Grant, how critical is it to get off to a good start?
Well, B.A., it's so important, but not the...
That nigga's high right there. I'm trying to think fast. Think what else?
End all be all. It's a long season. Plenty of time to build towards your goal. You're going to have some setbacks along the way, but just keep your head down and keep pushing forward.
That's the way it's saying bye, bro. Bye, Kimbo. No. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you what. Right.
Pass to Jeffries. Here's Snow. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. On offense, here's Utah. The pull-up J. That's short off the rim. Here's Rogers. Collins defending. Rogers, that's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
He drops it from range.
John Collins has such a good feel for when to fire off the catch.
Here's Snow. George defending. Snow, no good. The Jazz have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Markkanen. Drills the baseline jumper.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league, not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks. They've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
George outside. It's Markkanen on the wing. Back to George. Soft touch off the glass.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
Here's Snow. George defending. And it's blocked by Collins. Clarkson outside. Doesn't go for him.
Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little... Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. And Markkanen with the stuff.
I love it when Markkanen decides to throw it down. Show some fire on that finish.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Collins comes with a double. They grab their own miss. Jazz leading by 3. Here's George, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
It's his first trip to the line. You know, from day one in the NBA, Keontae George had the ability to create his own shot like few others, Doris.
There are certain guys that are electric with their athleticism and the live body they bring to the game. Keontae George knows how to score, and as he develops as a playmaker, look out.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Snow. Last game out, he had 38 points. Here's Fresh. They get it back. Williams. That one's good. This game is all even.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
Hey, they had their chance. But they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Kessler passes to Clarkson. He can't get that one to fall. The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Here's Fresh. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Golden State. Fires the 3. Collins with the rebound. Utah's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Clarkson. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Well, Jordan Clarkson specializes at capitalizing on what the defense gives him. Nicely done in the mid-range.
Here's Snow, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. They'll pin that one on John Collins. Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
Sexton's checked in for Utah. And rejected. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Here's George. 14 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Markkanen from long range. The Hornets pull it in. Rodgers has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Jeffries. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Charlotte.
Not exactly the biggest game on the season schedule, but both teams are capable of flashing serious potential.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
There's the three. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Three-pointer. Sends it home from three-point land. Markkanen's got 7 points.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Here's Snow. Off the mark there with a three.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And he's going for the oop here. Collins, no good. Hornets trail by 6. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's George. And Markkanen with the stuff.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Here's Snow. He has 6. The help from Markkanen. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Rogers has got his second basket of the night. Utah leading by 4. Markkanen outside. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 6th assist of the night. Charlotte has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Pass to Fresh. Over to the left wing. Stolen by Kessler. Right side, Sexton. And here's George. Offensive board. Here's Collins. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Well, you can see John Collins forcing the level of contact that he wanted. Just gets an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
The big challenge for the Hornets in recent years has been just staying healthy, Doris.
You're right, B.A., and I think that's the extra frustrating part because there are some quality young pieces in the city and for the organization. You know that old expression, the best ability is availability.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Snow. Collins defending. Rogers. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, B.A. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. Let me tell you this, their fan base is loud. L-O-U-D.
Sexton misses.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
Here's Snow. He's guarded by Mills. Jeffries, no good. Jazz leading by 9. Throws it up high. And Collins with the slam.
Just tremendous recognition from Collins there. Sees an opportunity to be a target at the rim, and his teammate puts it on time.
Here's Fresh. Still without a bucket. Jeffries, the pass to Fresh. And here come the Jazz again. Utah with a fast break. Cash, Mills with the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 13.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Rogers, right wing. Here's Fresh. Off target from outside.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Snow. He's guarded by Mills. Nails it from beyond the arc. Snow's got 9.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Sexton. He didn't look good in their loss to the Pelicans the other night. 6 to shoot. Here's Hendricks. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hornets trail by 10. Here's Rogers. Driving inside. It's good. Give him 8.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Collins.
Oh, my goodness. John Collins with the emphatic finish.
36 seconds left to play in the first. Rogers, that's good.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Sexton passes to Collins. It's tipped. And it's the Hornets on the break. Let's go with a 3. Drops in the 3. And now just a 5-point Utah lead.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
The 3 from Sexton. It's hauled in by Rogers. Rogers has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Gets it off. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Utah ahead. They lead. And thanks again.
So man, it's just natural.
For tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
They're working themselves to the line, using great fakes and getting into the body of the shot blocker.
The other thing they're doing is making plays off the bounce, and boy, once they get a step, they're getting all the way.
They've got Williams, and it's Snow in at point guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets.
I mean, he's coming off a terrific performance in the last game, and he's still feeling it tonight.
Oh, he sure is. I mean, these past 2 games, his energy level has been sensational. Whether it's a putback like that or other hustle plays, he's been everywhere.
Clarkson outside. Shakes him. Drives to the hoop. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
And when you talk about guards who can really attack in the lane, Jordan Clarkson is on that list, Doris.
BA, there are just certain guys who are comfortable operating in tight windows. Clarkson's mindset is score. He's got a great sense for where and when to pull up into his shot. He can burn you from 3. Little bit streaky, but boy, he can really get on a hot streak.
And so he hits both. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. The 3 from Sexton. Good. 3rd basket in 6 attempts.
This is a shot Colin Sexton has worked so hard to improve on. Can he be consistent from 3-point range?
They set the pick. Pass to Jeffries. Floats one. Count it. Jeffries has got 7 points.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now here's Mills. Guarded closely. On the wing, Clarkson releases. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Rogers has got 11 rebounds in the game. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And that one drops for him.
Well, Jordan Clarkson, a nice, efficient look there. Boy, that'll help your percentages.
A deep three. The offensive rebound. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Jeffries, the pass to Fresh. Three-pointer off the mark.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Snow. The rebound by Eubanks. Eubanks, he's got 4 rebounds in the game. Utah leading by 6. Now Mills. Pass to Sexton. Knocked loose. All alone on the break. For the finish. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Good ball pressure and fast plays like that will tighten this up quick.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A different look for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Eubanks. Lowry Markkanen comes in for Clarkson. And it's Collier in for Mills. Pass to Hendricks. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Rogers. Some solid defense from Markkanen. Jazz leading by 4. With the crossover. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Utah making a switch here. Mikhailuk's checked in. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available. That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Mills, he's checked in for Mikhailuk.
Now into the lineup for Utah. Number 8, Patrick Mills.
Down low. Here's Sexton. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
You can see the explosive athleticism that caught the eye of NBA scout Sexton with the dunk.
Into the lane. And they pick up 2. Snow's got 6 in the quarter.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And it's blocked by Kessler.
This guy is a constant threat on the defensive end. Send it back, Walker.
That's a foul he wanted to avoid, and he definitely doesn't want to pick up his 3rd before the half.
John Collins checked in for Utah. George comes in for Mills. Collins right side. Kessler passes to Collins. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
But you love the aggressiveness from John Collins right there. Draws the contact in the process of being assertive.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. Hornets trail by 8. Pass to Jeffries. Williams against Kessler. Here's Rogers, coming off a 31-point game against Golden State.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Clarkson's checked in for Sexton.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Clarkson. Kicks it out to Collins. And another miss by Utah.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And this is crucial for Markkanen's overall development, that he ups his defense and looks to block some shots.
Pass to Rogers. Here's Jeffries. Out left to the wing. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. Number 1, the Jazz.
Well, last year, they were tremendous at the line. A very fundamentally sound team shooting-wise.
Now here's George. Tight defense on him. It's Markkanen on the wing. Now the Hornets moving it up. A nice shot by Jeffries. Jeffries has got 11 points.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
Here's Markkanen. Down low, Markkanen.
Well, we know Markkanen can flat score the basketball, and right now he's got his rhythm going.
Here's Snow. George defending. Snow, the pass to Fresh. Pass to Rogers. Here's Jeffries. It's guarded by Markkanen. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
And he sinks the second.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Collins passes to George. And he's going for the lob. Oh, and Markkanen finishes.
And Markkanen, a big-time athlete, set that lob up in the air and he'll finish.
Here's Jeffries. The rebound by Markkanen.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Here's Snow. And the three-pointer goes. Snow's got 21 points in the game.
Picking up right where he left off. Hit 2 triples in the first quarter. Now he gets another to fall. Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Here's Snow. George defending. Pass to Rogers. And the Hornets, another 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
A minute 29 left to play in the first half. Markkanen outside. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Markkanen's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And how about the response by Markkanen? Made 3 on one end, he comes right back for his own team. Love it.
Snow, the pass to Fresh. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got rebound number 7 tonight. To the middle. Here's Collins. Misses from close range.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Here's Fresh. Misses the 3.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And it's Clarkson missing.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And early on, he was drawing a lot of contact and getting to the stripe. But that hasn't been the story here in the second quarter.
And he drops the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 36 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Markkanen. No good with the triple. Hornets trail by 4. Here's Rogers. 19 seconds left in the second quarter. The 11-footer. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Clarkson for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Clarkson's got 9 points in the quarter. And so it's Lauri Markkanen making things happen for Utah. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the right beat, you know my name.
You know what? And now let's take... That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Charlotte trailing. Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Markkanen and Collins the 3 and 4. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Keontae George. And it's Kessler in at the center position. And Mark Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Utah leading by 7. Now here's George. Clarkson passes to Markkanen. And here's Collins for 3. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Rogers. Shoots over George. Rogers, that's good. Rogers has got 15. And here's Clarkson. Pass to Kessler. George outside. 5 to shoot. And here's Collins for 3. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. 12 points for him.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Snow, the pass to Jeffries. The baseline Jay. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
George passes to Kessler. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. On target from range. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Jordan Clarkson is a professional scorer. He is ready to rise and fire on the catch.
Pass to Rogers. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
George with it. Guarded now by Williams. From 7 feet away. Deflected. Here's Jeffries. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 7 tonight. Picked his pocket. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Snow. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And a quick pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. Well, you look at Kessler, a remarkable defender, 2nd in the NBA.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Here's Jeffries. Here's Rogers. And he goes in for the dunk.
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Markkanen. All alone. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Markkanen's got 23.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Snow. George defending. Some solid defense from Markkanen. Utah leading by 5. Oh, there's the alley. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
Well, Doris, the 7-footer from Finland, Lauri Markkanen. What makes him so tough to stop?
Well, the size you mentioned, 7 foot. The sweet shooting that he provides has got tremendous range and accuracy from three-point territory. Can put it on the deck, is willing to mix it up on the glass. There's a lot to like.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. Kicks it to George. Back to Markkanen from downtown. It's rebounded by Jeffries.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
To the left wing. They set the pick. Driving to the basket.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Pass to Kessler. Now here's Markkanen. Off targets from three-point range.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And he slams it in one-handed.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And that one's good. Clarkson.
Rise and fire away. This is Clarkson's attitude as soon as he catches the rock.
Here's Snow. George defending. Here's Jeffries. And the 3 off target.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
There's a screen. Pass to Jeffries. Here's Snow from behind the arc. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
The 3, George. Markkanen from long range. Another 3 for Utah.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Snow. George defending. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
A different look here for Utah. Sexton's checked in for Clarkson, and it's Mills in for George. Utah leading by 7. Pass to Mills. Markkanen outside. To the inside. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Here's Snow. He's guarded by Mills. And it's blocked by Kessler. And he'll take a trip to the line for two. Clearly got fouled on that shot. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Jazz.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
Well, the Jazz shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Cash, Mills with the bucket.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammates. Sexton is a quality floor general.
Good on the shot. Mills with it. Collins a screen. Outside Mills. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Patty Mills considered one of the best teammates in the NBA, and everyone's so happy that he was able to come up huge in helping his native Australia win their first medal in the Summer Games. What a story.
Here's Rogers. No good on the triple. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Markkanen from long range. Watch that corner. Markkanen.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Hornets trail by 13. 1:52 left to play in the third quarter here. Snow, pass to Jeffries. Here's Rogers. Utah grabs the miss. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Hendricks. 5 points in the game. Now Sexton. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Launches it. Another 3 for Utah.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Charlotte has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Here's Snow. An easy 2 on the layup. Snow's got 9 points in the quarter.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Now here's Sexton. 11 points in the game. Pass to Collins. Now Markkanen. Again, Utah.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Snow, the pass to Fresh. And he rebounds again. And he hauls in his 20th rebound.
Oh, just dominating the glass.
Rogers. And at last, they get one to fall. Rogers has got 23.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
Left side, Sexton. Blocked! Out of bounds. It'll go to the Jazz.
Now into the lineup for the Jazz, number 15, Drew Eubanks.
And here's Mills. He got a piece of it. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Utah ahead. They lead by 14. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Mark Williams, and it's Snow in at the 1. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Sexton. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A. And unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Sensaball's checked in. Here's Snow. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Snow's got 34 points.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. Pass to Sexton. Money on the 19-footer. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Well, Colin Sexton's assertiveness right there with the rise and fire, exactly what his team wants from him.
Snow gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Inside, here's Sensaball. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Snow. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that's rebounding.
Utah leading by 10. Eubanks up top. And here's Mills from the arc. It's rebounded by Jeffries.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Offensive rebound. And the deficit down inside single digits. Jeffries has gotten 4 this quarter.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Mills, the pass to Sexton. Pulls up at the elbow. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Fresh. Check by Sexton. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul, first team foul.
Hey. Oh. How is he not?
At the line for your Hornets.
That one's off. A different look here for Utah. Williams comes in for Sensaball, and it's Collier in for Mills. Good on the second one. Jazz leading by 9. Pass to Eubanks. To the paint. Here's Collier. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Here's Rogers. And from 16 feet away, he cans it. Rogers has got 25 points.
It's incredible. I mean, it changes the dynamic of your offense when you have bigs who can shoot the ball.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
Pass to Jeffries. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Utah leading by 11. Outside for Sexton. Marketed for 3. Utah with another miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Fresh, the pass to Snow. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Sexton passes to Eubanks. Here's Hendricks. 5 on the shot clock. Outside for Sexton. Beyond the arc. That shot missing.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on it since.
Good. Snow's got 41.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Pass to Eubanks. Here's Collier. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Shoots it from the corner. It doesn't go for him. Hornets trail by 7. Here's Snow. Here he goes. Oh, and he slams it down. Wow.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
For 3, Collier. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. And stolen by Sexton. From 11 feet away, it's tipped. Snow, pass to Fresh. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Pass to Eubanks. On the wing, Sexton. Here's Hendricks. Marking it outside. And here's Sexton to end the drought. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Snow's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Fresh. Checked by Sexton. Pulls in another board. This kind of effort is amazing.
Simply put, he will not be the...
How you doing?
Nine, collecting plenty of second chance points this half. That alone can keep a team in a game.
First one falls for him. That one's no good.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
And he lobs it up and finished off by Kessler.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
Here's Jeffries. Got it. Jeffries has got 7 now.
Hey, man. Big man of the year, baby. Nigga. Little ass nigga. What's up?
Oh, in this corner.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. At one point, they led by 16. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game, and that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Snow gets the bucket.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
Clarkson passes to Markkanen. Man, that one's good. Clarkson. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Jordan Clarkson unafraid of the big-time delivery.
Pass to Rogers. Yes, it's good. Rogers has got 28 points for the game.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
And so, Will Hardy calls for the timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort, and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
To me, great offensive players have got to be able to draw contact and get to the free throw line. Keontae George does just that.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Hornets.
they feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
I think the other thing they've done exceptionally well tonight is shoot the mid-range and take advantage of those opportunities. Anytime they're given a look, they have delivered.
Clarkson on the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Williams passes to Snow. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots. Here's Rogers. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off. And neither side able to take control of this game.
Yeah, at this rate, it's going to come down to a photo finish.
They swipe it, and it's the Hornets on the break. The finish rips down the breakaway slam.
There are no easy comebacks, but they really had to dig deep for this one.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
I mean, keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates, incredible.
George over to help, fires for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 9 rebounds now. Out of bounds, it'll be Hornets ball.
How big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Inside, here's Rogers. The rebound by the Jazz. Collins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Utah trailing here. Clarkson with the ball. Here's Kessler. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's Snow. The 3 ball. Kessler with a rebound. Clarkson outside. Oh, he picked him clean. Pulls it in from the elbow. Misses off the left iron. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Snow. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Pass to Fresh. To the middle. Here's Snow. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. Kessler with a rebound. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. How do you think this is going to play out?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
What you want is to create a clean, high-percentage look, if that's at all possible.
For 3, Collins. The 3 won't fall. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got an intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And the second of 2 is good. And that'll put him up 2. 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Clarkson outside.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
He gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And it's tied up with that one.
Oh, tremendous composure at the line to tie things up and give them a shot at overtime.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Here's Rogers. Yes!
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
And so the big win by Charlotte in a tight game. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, These are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. As we leave, we present our player of the game.